some of the beauty of composable too is like, you don't actually have to know. You don't have to know what's going to be next. You just have to know that you've got the right technology in place to be able to tackle whatever is next. And so one of the questions that I would love your take on, because there are varying views on this, is around investment of composable. So I've heard it can be more expensive. I've heard it can be less expensive. I think a lot of it has to do with the choices that you make and making the right choices at the very beginning. But when we think about sort of the mindset shift of going to a composable solution from like a legacy solution and thinking about the investment, where do you stand on that? Is it more expensive, less expensive? Is it a wash because you're actually, owning some of what you would have been giving to a vendor back in the day? What does that look like?
I'm a huge fan of investment having a return. And the faster you can get a return, the more you can invest into your business and into your business growth. What I've seen, and we see dozens, if not hundreds of projects at PeakActivity, what we've seen is you can get to a faster return on investment when you go the composable route. In the long haul, you can maximize your investment, get a better return over time. The hard part about composable is because you have more control, it's the human psychology aspect of it, which is I'm just going to change my entire system. It's going to be great. People think of it like I'm going to replace my car because I don't know, the window's not rolling down, right? So you change your entire system. That's the mindset that we've got to shift, right? And what composable does is say, well, my car is running great. It's low miles. My window may not be working. I can just swap out the window and the door really easily for a super awesome window, right? Like, decked out, tinted, pimped out, however you want to call it. But I can do that with composable commerce. And now people are going to be saying, wow, that window is great. And the car is still good, right? And so I think from a return standpoint, you get great returns right away. You could just change your PDP. You can just change a segment of your PDP or a section of your PDP with composable. Whereas I've seen a really, really bad set of cases where people go down the replatform route and they go, I'm going to change everything. I'm going to change my front end. I'm going to change my back end. I'm going to change my OMS, order management system. And 18, 24 months later, it always costs more. It always takes longer. It's always more frustrating. And you put people into a bad cultural situation. What I love about composable is you can just start component by component, piece by piece, and iterate your way through it. It's a different mindset. You're not going to get all your return at once. You're not going to get all your CapEx spent at once. And so it's a matter of really articulating and spending time up front to create that roadmap, to create that vision, to talk about what do I want to unlock, look at your metrics, look at your dashboards and say, hey, it's really important for me to increase my conversion. And therefore, I'm going to start changing out technology components that will better my conversion, as opposed to my site's terrible, my technology is terrible, I'm just going to change it all. That's the key difference in terms of investment.